Hi team, welcome to Stick Mobility Joint by Joint Mobilization. Essentially the warm-up. We'll be doing from top to bottom, neck, upper body, hips, ankles, and then we'll try to get a little full body work in this video. All right, so let's get going. The first one is gonna be kayaks. I'd like to have not too far of a grip. It should be comfortable, and I should be able to have a good squeeze on the stick, good bend in the knees, horse stance, and you're simply gonna kayak away. Now, some of the important keys to look for in here is maintaining tension. And you wanna, when your right hand is up, now your right hand's gonna squeeze your left hand down, and then your left hand is gonna push your right hand down. And you alternate. Left hand is pushing my right hand down, and then my right hand is pushing my left hand down. And also with the kayak, you're noticing that only my upper body is moving, right? We're keeping that lower body still. This is a different movement. We can get into dropping that back leg. There's tons of variations, but always start with the basics first. And I'll even show a little progressed version with grabbing the shorter stick, because with this stick, if you grab on the ends, keeping your elbows straight. That's one of the keys with the kayaks, keeping our elbows straight. And now you're gonna push down and move it. And notice that my face, my head is standing still. It's like a duck in water, right? But reversal. The top is working. The bottom is standing still. And notice that my arms are staying straight. If I go too far, I'm gonna have a tendency of bending my elbows. That's too much. We don't want that. So simply have a good grip. My left hand is pushing down, and when I get to a range that I can't go anymore, I go to the other side. And this is great to practice in front of the mirror, because maybe there's some discrepancies that I'm not even noticing right now because I don't have a mirror. I'll definitely be able to rewatch the video. And this whole time you want a good squeeze on the stick. That's the point of having a shorter stick, is that we have to maintain a good squeeze. And now all of a sudden, not only are you stretching, warming up, your shoulders are working, your torso is moving, your lateral lines are getting warmed up, getting loosened up here. So that's the kayak right there. Next, we're gonna work our neck, all right? And a little bit of dislocates, a little bit more shoulders and back. We're gonna pull the stick apart, which you should feel your back light up when you do that, and then push the stick together. And now you feel your front line light up. Pull it apart, make it longer, and push it together. Remember to breathe. Remember that this is, when we're doing this, don't go 100% right off the bat. See what feels good, 20%, light it up more to 30 to 50, gradually build up. And then we're gonna take the stick, and now we're gonna bring it up above our head and behind our neck, and put it in the back, in the middle of your skull right there. This will give you some alignment. Now, if you're unable to get your shoulders back and your back starts curving like this, then we've gone too far, right? We're better off having a good posture here, a good pull on the stick, and then you're just gonna bring it forward and back over here, right? But if you're able to bring it behind your head, and you're able to still keep that proper alignment, and your back isn't curving, always bending the knees, let's pull that stick apart again. And we pull it apart. And now we're gonna turn our head to the right and turn our head to the left. To the right and to the left. Right? And now we're gonna push the stick together. So push it together. Turn your head to the right and to the left. Right and left. Notice how your back is working, how your front's working. Same thing. If we didn't have that range of motion, you can always bring it in front, and same thing, right? So we're always to a point that feels good for us. Let's warm up our ankles. It all starts with our feet and hands. Those are usually our first points of contact with anything. And here, we're simply gonna have our feet shoulder width apart, maybe a little further, and make sure that your toes are engaging with the ground. Also, I have sneakers on right now. This is great without shoes. I'm big into less shoes, walking around the house without shoes. It's good to feel the earth. Place the stick at 12 o'clock and you're going to light tension into the ground. You're going to raise your right heel off the ground and then your left heel. Right and left. Nothing complicated, I get it. But this warms up those ankles, those toes, those calf muscles. And then when you can start doing is right when you're about to come back down. Don't go all the way down. Don't drop your right heel all the way down. Bring up your left and then bring up your right. Notice how my stick is too, curving in, because that's our natural line right there, right? Switch hands grips so we even out the body like that. You can also go side to side, right? Side to side to a point that feels good for you. Right now, I'm working on my left ankle, so I'm not pushing it too far there. Just see what feels good. If something's hurting, back off, all right? So that's the ankles. Next one, we're gonna work spinal twist, which also is gonna touch our hips as well. So, short stick, long stick, bring it behind your back. You want a horse stance, so imagine you're riding a horse, right? Feet are pretty wide. Doesn't have to be a split, but wide. Put the stick in the crux of your elbows, and you're going to have your palms facing up, and you're gonna bring your hands forward. That should open up your chest, right? That should immediately give you good alignment. Now be careful not to curve that back. If that back does curve, you got good alignment up top, and now push that pelvis forward. Now we're sticking with that, and there's gonna be phases to this. So, first one, we're gonna rotate, we're gonna push our left hand, but our hips are gonna maintain and be pointed forward. So we're looking forward. And now, let your eyes guide you, and you should be able to open up further. And now, let's get those hips into it. Feet are still locked into the ground, right? They're not moving. You should be able to go further like this. Again, if you have any types of pains in your knees, ankle joints, hips, you know when to stop. Your body's telling you when to stop. Here we go. And now let's add a little bit of a rotation. Boom. You can like that glued up. And boom. You should feel that front hip working too. There you go. One more. And good. All right, last one for joint by joint mobilization. We're gonna do a bit of a full body, more moving, getting the heart rate up, getting ready to jump into our workout. So I like to have the stick with palms facing up, good grip as always, nice wide horse stance, and we're going to have the stick push it together. So we're making that stick smaller, slight hinge, and we're gonna lateral lunge to our right, tap the stick, and keep pushing it together, and then tap the stick to our left, to our right, and to our left, right, left. And you can play with the grips too. We can make it a way wider grip, right? And we're pushing it together. Just pushing it together will light up our front. We hinge forward, and let's tap. If tapping's not there for you, or you don't feel comfortable yet, or it's just that kind of day, you don't need a tap. You don't even need to go all the way out, right? We start to a motion that is good for us. As you can see, it's easier for me to get here to my right side, but when I do my left shoulder, I'd have to kind of force it. So maybe I'll see where it is, but I'm being mindful. I'm not gonna go further, right? This is good enough for now. All right. And there we go. So that are 5 different types of moves that you can just build upon infinitely on those moves. And I'll be looking to give you guys more of these warm-ups, joint by joint. They're so key to, so we don't have to jump into it. And as you see, it's quick, 5 to 10 minutes to start a day, to start a workout, a run, a game of basketball, whatever it is, hike. This will warm up your joints and get you ready to go and have you producing and feeling better at the end of, in your workout and at the end of workout. So if you enjoyed this, I'm gonna have more videos like this to give joint by joint mobilization, strength work, and deep fascial stretching. And please, if you found this helpful, give the video a like, subscribe, and any questions, I'm happy to answer them in the comments. Thank you, and have a great day.